there, welcome to Pioneer Disc Golf. I'm Mark. Today I'll be playing the beautiful Falling Springs Park. This is definitely one of the most scenic courses in the area, and on every single hole there's a long tee and a short tee. For the sake of you guys watching and my little noodle arm, I'll just be playing the shorts today. Even colder than it was yesterday and the day before that. Right now, as of filming this video, it's 28 degrees Fahrenheit, but it might warm up a little bit throughout the round. Now, throughout this round, I'll be introducing you guys to all the different discs in my bag. I think I have like 15 in my bag right now. Probably won't end up needing them all for this round, but I'll try to throw every single one of them at least once. All right, for hole one, it's gonna be 326 feet, slight dog leg to the right. You just need to basically get past that first little bush of trees, then up to the hill on the right, and that's it. 326 feet, par 3. Gonna throw something pretty flippy. Gonna throw my star sidewinder on basically a flat angle. Hopefully it flips up and gets a little bit right. Played a tournament here back in 2021 and I shot really well. Played the shorts, but the pars were a little bit different. This one used to be a par 4, but it is a fair par 3, so they changed the pars a little bit. But I shot a -6 back on the easier pars. So I don't really know what I'm gonna shoot today. With the pars adjusted just slightly, I should still end under par. Solid drive, happy with this, probably 60 feet, more to go. P2, jump putt. Oh, God. Left a lot to be desired there. Probably should have warmed up a little bit, but oh well. I'll be warm by like hole 4. Here's my lie. Did bring a mini today. Got the Trash Panda mini. Let's go ahead, make this putt for par. Good 3. I'm registered for a few tournaments coming up. On January 21st, I'll be playing the Ice Bowl in Lexington. I'll be playing 1 round at Veterans Park and 1 round at Shiloh Park. Then on February 4th, I'll be playing the Ice Bowl at Idlewild, which is one of the top 10 courses in the world. It's just about an hour north where I live, and I've played there twice. Absolutely beautiful course, I love it. Extremely challenging though. And then also on February 11th, I'll be playing another Ice Bowl in Lexington, but for that tournament, I believe I'll be playing at Jacobson and also at Veterans Park. Since my rating is still just 884, I'll be playing MA3 only until I'm officially 900 rated. I don't see any advantage or any reason to play in a division like Intermediate or MA2 until I'm officially at that 900 rating. For all 3 of those tournaments, I don't really have many expectations aside from showing up and just doing my very best. That first tournament in January will be the first rated round that I've played in over a year and a half, so I'm sure I'll be a little bit nervous. And one thing I remember about tournament play is obviously there's extra pressure, and also pace of play is painfully slow. So those are a couple things that I'll need to be prepared for. All right, on to hole 2. This is a par 4. It's 611 feet. There's a nice big wide open fairway, but then about 3/4 of the way down, you run into a few guardian trees. You kind of either need to split the gap between those or get off to the right side. And then as you approach the green, the tee is actually on the hillside, kind of surrounded by trees, and then behind the green, it's just a straight drop. So you need to be careful on your approach and not blast past the basket. But since we all know that I have a noodle arm, I'm not gonna be trying to get the birdie, but I will be trying to throw a wraith, get it out there pretty far, set myself up for an easy approach, another little layup, and a tap in, par. This is the wraith that I throw. You can see it's pretty well beat in. I've had it for at least 2 years now. I throw it all the time, and only weighs 164 grams, so I'm typically able to get decent turn out of it, even with my not so perfect technique. All right, there I guess I overturned it and just kind of shanked it off over there to the right. Since I am over here in this right side and I did chew off at least some ground, I still have a wide open look to get up and down for par. All right, there's a lie. I need to get off over there to the left a little bit. There's a little pole. I need to get kind of in between that pole and the bigger tree over there to my left. That's the gap I'm trying to hit. It's pretty wide. Hopefully I don't miss that. I'm gonna try a vandal. Perfect. All right, this is a really solid recovery shot. Coming up to the lie, 75 feet to go. I'm gonna try a tactic on a little forehand chip shot. Leaked a little bit, but should be okay. So this is not ideal. I have somewhat of a death putt, but it's for par, so I'm not laying that up, so let's hit it. Oh, that felt good to hit. I noticed myself yesterday when I was watching the film of my round, I kind of rush putts. I basically just step up and kind of reach down and throw it. I think I need to kind of find a middle ground. I don't want to stand there for 30 seconds looking at it like Nico Lacastro. Same time, I don't want to just step up and throw it. I need to find a little middle ground, something that works. Now, before I move on and play hole 3, I want to talk about my goals. In my previous video, I mentioned that my main goal is to eventually be able to compete in MPO, but that is the top goal. I've learned in life that you need little mini goals to hit and then have that overarching big goal to be the ultimate pinnacle of what you're trying to accomplish. So I need to set my first mini goal, and that is going to be get my official rating up to 900 or higher. That's my first goal. Once I hit that, then I'll move on to step 2. But before I'm able to accomplish that, I need to first play hole 3. Hole 3 is 325 feet, mostly downhill, but then it plateaus out and flattens out. Basically just shapes up for a routine hyzer if you've got it, or something just kind of dead straight at it. A couple times that I've hit bullseye on this hole, I've thrown my lucid escape. I'm gonna try that again. I'm trying to really focus on keeping the weight on my back foot, and what I notice is when I'm trying to throw and plant, I just end up leaning back. I am making a little bit of progress in that, but that definitely shortened the length of that throw because of how off balance that I was. But obviously any changes that are made to my technique are not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be trial and error. I'm gonna have to keep trying and trying and trying and working and working and working, and then eventually it'll click. But the one thing that I can't do is just stay constant and keep doing what I have been doing, because obviously that's not it. Gonna have to get a little bit ugly until it gets better. There's my lie, there's the basket, in at about 35 feet. Let's make a putt for the 2. Maybe it's more like 40 feet. Oh, no. Oh. So close, and had a nasty little roll away. All right, gonna make this a save to 3. Really happy to be putting with my P2s again. Pretty boring start, par, but even through 3, I'll take it. All right, on to hole 4. This hole is actually an island hole. It's 272, it's par 3, but you'll kind of see it from the drone footage. That slightly taller grass area around the green, that is actually out of bounds. So you have 2 options. You could lay up, but the layup is really short, like 180. And then you still have a decent amount of work to get up and down and save a 3. Or you could just go for the island and try to land on the green and then make your putt for the 2. You do land in the OB area. There is a drop zone, but hopefully I don't have to show you that. I'm gonna try my escape again. I wanna keep a little bit of stability in case I throw it a little bit to the right. I wanted to have that little bit of fade back to the left towards the basket at the end. Stay up, up, oh. God. All right, that was really close, but I think I'm parked. If I was actually playing this course in the summer, I'm pretty sure my throw would have hit the tall grass and ended up OB, but I'm not. It's in December, so it ended up really, really nice. Walking up to my lie. It's about as good as I'm gonna get. All right, let's get a birdie. Make a putt. Good 2. All right, so I'm sitting at -1 through 4. Now on hole 5, this is gonna be a 270-foot par 3. Basically, you need to get forward, and then you'll see through the drone footage, you need to get right. It's slightly downhill, so it shapes up for just a little bit more than a chip shot forehand. You wanna give it a little bit more power, but if you can get forward and then get right, you should leave yourself with a circle 1 putt. I'm gonna try my Iron Samurai 4 on that forehand line. Flat and just keep it on hyzer, maybe even get a little skip off the short grass, make a putt for a 2. That was executed absolutely perfectly. Love that Iron Samurai. I'm telling you, I am solid at throwing mid-ranges and slower speed discs on forehand lines. I think it's easily the best part of my game. I don't have a well-rounded game, so there's not much to go off of, but that is definitely one of the things that I am solid at. I know that for a fact. Coming up here, I'm not totally parked, but I do have a nice wide open look for the 2. Problem is behind that pin, death. I guess it's not too bad right off of it. If I miss really deep, I'll hurt myself, but if I kind of just miss a little bit off to the left, it should be okay. But I'm not gonna miss, I'm gonna make it. Nope. Oh, I thought that was high. That's a good putt, good two. All right, I told you I'd warm up by about hole 4. So after a pretty slow start, par, 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 now I've gone birdie, birdie. So puts me at -2 through 5. All right, on hole 6, 250 feet, slightly downhill. It's somewhat blind. If it's the summer, then you can't see the basket, but it's winter, so you can. But basically, you just need to throw a nice hyzer, pretty high, get over there to the right, and then kind of drop right back down, right by the pin. I think I'm gonna try my MD3. I think I would have typically taken a fairway driver off the tee right there, but 250 feet downhill, I know I can get there with an MD3 as long as I throw it right. I think I kind of did. I need to kind of trust myself with slower speed discs, focus on the technique, and not always lean into those fairways and distance drivers. Walking up to about an 18-20 footer for birdie. I mean, this is exactly how you want to be playing this course, I think. See if the P2 can stay hot. Oh, barely. Oh, I'll take it. Little turkey right there. After 3 straight pars, just 3 straight birdies. Sitting at -3. This is great. Okay, on hole 7, really easy hole, really gettable. Downhill 232, practically wide open until you get up to the basket. Now behind the basket, you do have a creek that is OB to deal with, so you don't want to throw it too far. Also over there to the right, there's some thick stuff in case you turn it over a little bit. In reality, just throw a putter nice and smooth right up to the basket. Perfect. Was absolutely picture perfect of a drive. Thought for a second I might have thrown it a little too hard, but it kind of hit that little lip down there in the green and just basically slid right up. Looked to be about 3 feet away from the basket. I shouldn't have much trouble tapping this one in. Four in a row. All right, another pretty easy hole coming up. Hole 8, 252 feet, dead straight. There's nothing really in the way, and in fact, you have kind of a protected green. So once you get up there, even if you come in a little too much speed, there's a lot of stuff that can kind of knock you down, and at worst, you have a little reach out putt. All right, so basically, I think I'm just gonna throw the origin. I threw that really well in my previous challenge. Another wide open hole. I want to kind of keep the birdie streak rolling, so let's try to get this close and make another putt. A lot of turn. Sit. Ah. All right, good. Curled back. When I played in the tournament back here, I remember throwing a Vandal off the tee. I got relatively close, but I just threw the origin better than I threw the Vandal back then. It tells me a couple things. One, I can get away with just throwing slower speed discs. Assuming that I make this putt, 4 out of my last 5 birdies will have all come with either mid-ranges or putters off the tee. Now, yes, they are shorter holes, but still, old Mark would have probably still taken fairway driver off the tee on a few of those. But do still have a little bit of work left to go. So let's do it. Like 11 feet. Not quite bullseye. We'll go 11 feet. So as I walk up to hole 9, I'm 5 down. Even if I get a par in this hole, I'm on track to go 10 down on this entire course. Back in 2021, that was actually the score that ended up winning the tournament for the kid who won. I say kid because I'm not kidding, he was like 15 years old. Now he's rated like 970. His name's Mason McLean. He's really good. So if I'm losing to people like that, I'm not really that upset. Okay, final hole in this front 9. This has been so much fun. I can't believe how well I've played. Let's finish it strong. Now, this is just a par 4. It's a pretty big bomber. Not my thing. It's almost 600 feet. It's very uphill to start, but once you get uphill enough, then it kind of flattens out. But it's all wide open. There's really nothing in the way. Just probably wraith off the tee, then another wraith, and then maybe a putt if I throw it well enough. Otherwise, just another layup type throw, maybe a chip shot forehand, and then tap in for the par. Scratch that. Just for fun, let's take the DD1 off the tee. See how it works. That was okay. Definitely nothing special. This tee shot's really tricky because you're looking basically straight into a hillside, so you can't just throw it really far forward. You have to throw it up, but you can't nose it up. So you have to keep the nose down while throwing up. Not easy, but I think I did fine. All right, this wasn't bad at all. There's my lie, there's the basket. Probably still have 400 feet to go though. I got all the way uphill, so basically it's a flat run up. Still a lot of work to do. It's a big bomber hole. I'm gonna throw the DD1 again. I'll put a mini down. Let's try the DD1 again on this hole. Got some pretty good ground action, skipped pretty decently up there. Still think I'm not inside the circle, but maybe you'll look for birdie. Yeah, just about how far I thought, probably 50 feet. Definitely jump putt a bull. Not gonna be easy, but not a lot of danger behind the basket, so let's give it a run for the birdie and finish -6. It's actually probably more like 60 feet. Didn't get much with that second throw. Oh, skied. I always do that. Not my best effort, but I don't care. I hate holes like that. Did all right with it. Let's clean this up really quick. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the front 9 of me playing Falling Springs. I did a terrible job of introducing the discs. I basically threw a lot of the same ones. All the discs that I haven't thrown yet, I will be sure to throw them on the back 9. That way you know every disc that's in my bag. Sure to like and subscribe and turn the notification bell on. That way you're alerted whenever I upload the second part to this. All right, see you guys next time. Well, almost.